This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. It's the spooky season, but updating your home with new windows and doors doesn't have to be scary. Right now at Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania, you can get one window or door and get another window or door at 40% off, and an additional $200 off your project to boot. Call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals to get on this one now. Cops found exorcism spells during an investigation. In Beaver County, a school got hit by a cyber attack. Pennsylvania is one of the states suing Meta, and this lady will open up a cafe in the bank that denied her a loan. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in a PA. It was earlier this month when cops in Mechanicsburg were alerted by UPMC West Shore Hospital of a woman who had come in with a graze wound on her cheek, reports PennLive. The unnamed woman had been shot by her boyfriend, Timothy Ziddick, who initially told police she had shot herself. But upon investigating the couple's home, authorities not only found evidence that disproves Ziddick's story, but also two books that had, quote, exorcism spells, prayers, and writing in an unknown language. Ziddick actually stabbed himself in the abdomen the day after the shooting and repeatedly confessed to staff that he was the one who shot his girlfriend while being treated at Penn State Holy Spirit Medical Center. He was charged this week with attempted homicide and 2 counts of aggravated assault. The Hopewell Area School District in Beaver County recently experienced some network disruption, reports Pittsburgh's Action News 4. This disruption, later said Superintendent Dr. Jeff Beltz via statement, was caused by a, quote, sophisticated ransomware attack. While the district is still working to see how the attack could have occurred and to restore its systems, district officials still aren't sure what kind of data, if any, the attack got access to. Now, if you're thinking that local schools are kind of small potatoes for cyber criminals, David Hickton, founder and director of the University of Pittsburgh's Institute for Cyber Law, Policy, and Security, states they're actually the perfect victims. Explains he, quote, school districts are strapped, but they are a source of money and criminals go where the money is. Some schools, for example, have lost as much as $1 million per attack. Both state and federal authorities were notified of the incident and are still investigating as of the recording of this podcast. Pennsylvania is among the 33 states suing Meta, aka Facebook, states the Associated Press. The result of an investigation led by multiple state attorney generals, the lawsuit accuses Meta, which also owns other platforms like Instagram, of harming young people's mental health, contributing to the mental health crisis, purposely making the features of its platforms addictive to children, and routinely collecting data on kids under the age of 13 without their parents' consent, thereby violating federal law. Previous newspaper reports, for example, covered Meta's own research, which revealed how the company knew about the harms Instagram can cause teenagers, with teen girls admitting how the platform exacerbates thoughts of suicide and eating disorders. 9 other attorney generals are filing similar suits in their respective states. What all of them are seeking remains undisclosed. Brittany Lee Barnett, who's known to many Stewartstown locals as Mayor, went to a bank in 2020 to get a loan to open up a coffee shop, begins the York Daily Record. The bank, like many others concerned over how COVID would change the market, told Barnett they weren't interested. Fast forward to today, and Barnett is getting ready to open up B. Lee's Coffee next month, right where the now-closed bank used to be. Says she, quote, having seen Stewartstown in its prime and knowing we could do our part to bring back some of the vibrancy it once had is really important to us. This is our home, and we take great pride in doing our part here to serve our community. That wraps up today's episode. For even more Pennsylvania news and beyond, check out PennLive.com. Also, please don't forget to rate this podcast on either Apple or Amazon, and to email me at todayinpa@PennLive.com with any thoughts you may have. Thanks ahead of time, and as always, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for more Today in a PA. This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. It's the spooky season, but updating your home with new windows and doors doesn't have to be scary. Right now at Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania, you can get one window or door and get another window or door at 40% off, and an additional $200 off your project to boot. Call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals to get on this one now.